Welcome to UPSC Preparation Day 10. Today we are going to study about the General Studies paper 2023. So let's start. Invasive Species Specialist Group that develops Global Invasive Species Database belongs to which one of the following organizations? So the answer will be IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. Consider the three animals, lion-tailed macaw, Malabar civet and sambar deer. Which one of them generally nocturnal or most active after sunrise? So the answer will be Malabar civet. Malabar civet is the nocturnal animal. Which one perform waggle dance for others of their kin to indicate the direction of distance to a source of their food? Answer will be honeybee. Honeybee performs waggle dance. Some mushrooms have insecticidal property, bioluminescent property, medicinal property, psychoactive property. So all four should be correct. Mushrooms have all the four property. Indian squirrels build nest by making burrows in the ground. They store their food materials like nuts and seeds in the ground. They are omnivores. How many of them are correct? Only two are correct. Indian squirrels are omnivores and store their food and material like nuts and seeds in the ground. And Indian squirrels don't build nests by making burrows in the ground. So the second and third part of the question are correct. That is, Indian squirrels are omnivores and they store their food materials like nuts and seeds in the ground. Some microorganisms can grow in environment with temperature above boiling point of water. Some microbes can grow in environment with temperature below freezing point of water. Some microorganisms can grow in highly acidic environment with a pH below 3. All of them are correct. Those organisms who live above the boiling point of water are called thermophile. Those organisms who live below the freezing point of water are called cryophile. And those organisms who live below the pH 3 called acidophile. Which one of the following makes a tool with a stick to scrape insect from a hole in a tree or a log of wood? So orangutan. Orangutan is the animal which uses tool to scrape insect from a hole in the tree or a log of wood. Consider the following. In which of the following hydrocarbons are used? Aerosol, foam agents, fire retardant, lubricants. So in the first three, aerosol, foam agent and fire retardants, hydrofluorocarbons are used. Interest income from deposits in infrastructure investment trust distributed to the investor is exempted from tax, but the dividend is taxable. True or false? InvITs are recognized as borrowers under Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002. So the second one is true. We have to remember that in InvITs both the principal as well as the dividend are non-taxable. So the first option is wrong. In the second option, InvITs are recognized as borrowers under the Sarfazi Act. Sarfazi Act means Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002. Which one of the following is true? In post-pandemic recent past, many central banks worldwide had carried out interest rate hikes. Central banks generally assume that they have the ability to counteract the rising consumer prices via monetary policy. Both the statements are correct. In post-pandemic recent past, many central banks worldwide had carried out interest rate hikes, and central banks generally assume that they have the ability to counteract the rising consumer prices by monetary policy. Next, true or false, carbon markets are likely to be one of the most widespread tools in the fight against climate change. Carbon markets transfer resources from private sector to the state. So statement 1 and 2 both are correct, but statement 2 is not the correct explanation of statement 1. Carbon markets are likely to be one of the most widespread tools against climate change, and carbon markets create incentives for reducing greenhouse gases. They operate on the principle of carbon pricing, assigning a financial value to carbon dioxide emission. Creation of a market for trading carbon credits allow companies to buy and sell permits for emissions. Carbon markets do transfer resources from private sector to the state in some cases. When companies purchase emissions permits or pay for carbon credit for government control schemes, resources are transferred to state. So the second point is also correct. Carbon markets transfer resources from private sector to the state. Which activity of RBI is considered as part of stabilization? So RBI conducts stabilization by engaging in open market operation, which involve the buying and selling of government securities to manage the domestic money supply. This is done to offset the impact of foreign exchange interventions. Which of the following belongs to capital market? Government bond market, call money market, treasury bill market, stock market. So government bond market and stock market are the ones which belong to open market. Treasury bill market, call money market are short term, they belong to money market. Capital market means long term market. Long term finances which involve government securities and stocks and bonds. What is small farm, large field? Many small or marginal farmers in an area organize themselves into groups and synchronize and harmonize selected agriculture operations. That is called small farm, large field. Consider the following statement. Which one is correct? Government of India provides minimum support price for Niger seeds. Niger is cultivated as a kharif crop. Some tribal people in India use Niger seed oil for cooking. So all the three statements are correct. Government of India provide minimum support price for Niger seeds as a part of its MSP program for 14 kharif crops. Government has increased the MSP for kharif crops for March marketing season 2024 to 2025 to ensure remunerative prices to the growers for their produce. What are the kharif crops? Cereals, paddy, jowar, bajra, ragi, maize, pulses, tur, arhar, moong, crops, urad, oil seeds, groundnut, sunflower seed, soybean, yellow sesame, Niger seed, commercial cotton. How many are considered intangible assets? Brand recognition, inventory, intellectual property, mailing list of clients. So only three. Intangible assets are non-physical assets that have value but do not have any physical presence. So brand recognition, intellectual property, mailing list of clients all have value but do not have a physical presence. Inventory is not an intangible asset because it has a physical presence. For the horizontal tax devolution, the 15th Finance Commission used how many of the below criteria other than population area and income distance? So the 15th Finance Commission used demographic performance, forest ecology, tax and fiscal efforts, apart from population area and income distance, as horizontal tax devolution. Consider affordable housing, mass rapid transport, healthcare, renewable energy. On how many of the above does the UNOP's sustainable investment in infrastructure innovation S3I initiative focus for its investment? So 3. UNOP's S3I include affordable housing, mass rapid transport and renewable energy. S3I initiative focus on affordable housing, mass rapid transport and renewable energy. And what does due process of law mean? Due process of law is fundamentally tied to the principle of natural justice, which requires fairness, proper legal action and protection of individual rights. So thank you so much. Today we will study up to this. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you once again and have a good day.